Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back if you guys are new. I am Shu. So lately I have been having fun creating short form content on TikTok, and I decided that I wanted to do a chit chat sort of get ready with me video, and I haven't done this in a long time, so I am back as a new person. I feel like a completely like a different person this year, especially now that I am on a low buy year. It definitely changed my whole perspective on how I consume, and I think that I am slowly becoming a conscious consumer, and I haven't been tempted to buy anything new. Well, I have been tempted for a few things here and there, but not in overwhelming amount, meaning that before, if I spotted anything new makeup releases, it could be just about anything, especially eyeshadow palettes, and I would be super tempted. I know that Makeup and Mario came out with his new eyeshadow palette this year, and Pat McGrath with her new holiday palettes release, and I'm crazy about Pat McGrath. And there are a couple of other, like Patrick Ta with his new eyeshadow palettes, and Rhode blushes. I really want some of the Rhode blushes. Maybe I might get them next year, depending on how I feel, depending on if I use up more blushes this year and next year. We're almost down to 2 months into 2026, so I highly doubt that I'll be finishing any blushes up this year. And you guys know, blushes takes forever to use up. Anyway, so I am enjoying the cup of coffee that my partner had made for me. He is my personal, professional barista at home, and his coffees are just getting delicious more and more every day, so I want to thank him for this. So ever since I have started this low buy journey, I have been really discovering the products that I actually really like, and I don't have this interest now or this overwhelming feeling of wanting to test out new releases anymore. I know it feels odd because I am a makeup enthusiast. I still love makeup, but not to the extent where I used to be. I mean, if I am getting free things here and there, I will accept it, of course, and I will test it out and let you guys know the truth. I don't care if I'm being sponsored or not. I just want to tell you guys if it's good or not, depending on how I actually feel and if my skin accepts the product. So I've been loving this Centella serum thing. This feels so good on the skin. Now, I'm not the type of person that likes lotiony feeling on my face at all. I love how light this oil is. I love using this to moisturize. I mean, it's not super hydrating because it feels like water. It looks like oil in the bottle itself, but when you put it on, it's not greasy at all. It's just super hydrating, nice and lightweight, and I love it. I will definitely repurchase this, and I have used half of this bottle, so it feels super great on the skin. So I've been working on using up some of my makeup products, and this is my project pen, I guess, unannounced project pen. I've been trying to use this NARS foundation for the longest time now. I'm like more than halfway done, so I have like this much left. And this is the Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and every time I use foundations nowadays, I use just one pump of it. I honestly don't like the feeling of foundations on my skin anymore. I kind of like the feeling of just concealer and powder. I don't know, I'm just letting my skin breathe. So I'm just taking a pump of that, and I have my beauty blender, and I'm gonna just spread this across my face. This has a nice like full to medium coverage. And honestly, I have so many foundations to go through, so I will not be buying foundations for a while now. A long while. And I like to just pump a foundation before pumping more, because I want to know if the one pump is enough, and usually just one pump is enough. I'm not going for a very full coverage today, maybe just half a pump. So I'm almost nearing the end. I think that this will be gone in like 2 months, I'm hoping, because I have so many other foundations to go through. And that's another reason why I've been doing short form content every day on TikTok, because that's another way to really use up my products, and also trying to get to know what I like and what I don't like. I like this foundation, and I don't know if I will repurchase it, because there are some other foundations that I prefer over this one in terms of color range and in terms of how it feels on the skin. I think that this just feels a little bit too heavy for my liking, but I like that it gives a very natural look, so I do like that aspect of it. Okay, so the next thing I'm trying to use up is this Maybelline Age Rewind eraser for dark circles. You guys already know. I've gone through maybe 2 tubes of this before, and I've been always going back on it, but I also have a lot of concealers to go through. So if once I run out of this, I'm not going to be buying this until I finish up more concealers in my existing makeup collection. And I kind of like going back to doing Project Pen, because I'm able to really use up my products and be also mindful about not over consuming on makeup as a whole. And we don't need to be staying on top of every new releases, because I'm a small influencer, and now that I don't have an income, I really don't want to be spending on things that I really honestly don't need, which is makeup, We need to eat every day, we need to pay bills, I have like car bills and stuff to pay, but I don't need to be buying more makeup, you know what I'm saying? Especially because I have a lot. And look at that, it just helps brighten up my under eyes. I just want to make sure I buff this in more, kind of diffuse it, because I don't want to look crazy. Okay, I feel like now I look a little bit awake. I forgot to apply on this Cover FX blood drops, but I've been trying to use this up. I feel like this does nothing for me, and I've tried using this in the summertime, and it just doesn't hold or control my oil, especially on T-zone, so I just want to use this up and get rid of it. Okay, so we're gonna do some setting powder. I'm using my KKW setting powder in Bake 1, and I've been trying to use up this powder as well. Translucent powders also takes a really long time to use up if you don't use a whole glob of it. So I've been trying to use a generous amount of it on my under eyes now. I know I look crazy right now, but I really need to use up my powders, and my younger sister is so good at using up her powders. I don't know. I'm so light-handed with the usage of my products that, no matter how many times I use my makeup products, it just doesn't look like I have any dents in my makeup products, which is ridiculous. So I don't want this to be sitting on my under eyes for too long, so I'm just going to swipe it away right now. I know people like to let this bake. If this was 2016, it would be a different story, but I kind of just want that natural look. I'm trying to not make faces. But this is a nice powder. It's a very finely milled powder. I don't really care for the Kardashians, but I used to be a huge fan of the Kardashians. Now they're just I don't know, they're getting more and more out of touch, and I have lost interest in them, like fully lost interest. So we're moving on to brows. I used to be crazy about ABH brow pencils, and they can be super pricey. If you can get ABH brow products on like half the price, I would wait for that. And I think they usually do like, they're really good sales during like the holidays, which is like in December or even like New Year's. But I don't really care about the sales even anymore because I've been really liking this L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Soft Black. And this, honestly, I think it works the same, to be honest, if you're not picky. I don't really care about the longevity of my eyebrow, the look of my eyebrows. I don't mind my eyebrows looking sparse, to be honest. I'm used to having thin brows. I also know that brows are really important to the face shape or whatever, but I don't care. I like the natural look of the brows. I don't like having my brows too filled in and where I just kind of look like a clown. I don't want that. I want natural looking brows. And if I can just fill it in a little bit, I'm happy with it. I don't really care. And also, I've been really liking this e.l.f. brow tint in, God, what shade this is. So this is the shade Deep Brown. And it looks like this. The spoolie isn't as small as I would like, but it does the job. So I'm fine with it. Will I purchase this again? I don't know. I'll see how long this actually lasts. But that's that for my brows. So I've been really liking the cheaper drugstore version for my brows. And then we are going to be doing bronzer, blush. So I've been trying to use this bronzer for the longest time. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And this is like the old packaging, and I've used quite a bit of it. And lately I haven't found any new bronzers that I want to test out. And I have a lot of bronzers to get through as well, so I don't need to be thinking about buying new bronzers, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going for like chisel contour look anymore. Like back in 2016, 2015, when I used to do makeup, it was all about having perfect contour and stuff. I don't care about that anymore. I just want to have a natural, awakened, fresh makeup. That's my style that I want to go for now. And honestly, I've been really loving blush. I don't know why this year I've been loving blush, but this is MAC Nuance. I believe this limited edition mineral blush formulas. I've had this for years and years and years, and I'm finally hitting pan on it. And I have goals for this one. I really want to use this up. And I'm more serious about project penning this year than back in 2019. 2019, I kind of started my project penning at that time, and for some reason, I didn't enjoy project penning during that time. I was finding it super boring, and I wasn't ambitious about using up my makeup like I do now. Now that I have a completely different mindset, project penning feels completely different this time around. I have a goal that I want to accomplish, and also as a conscious consumer, I'd rather not have any of my products go to waste, you know? I think it's a positive approach I am sensing now with project penning. And yeah, I don't want to be one of those influencers that showcases new items like how I used to with my eyeshadow palettes. I was constantly showcasing new makeup palettes, new products every single week or month or however many times. It was just focusing on something new rather than using up or showcasing what I already have and how I would go about using it. So I like putting this blush, like it's a very comfortable like peach tone blush for me. So I love putting it on my nose, the bridge of my nose, and on my cheeks, and even bringing it up to my temples just to have this lifted effect. That's how I've been enjoying it. This is honestly the same makeup look that I've been doing for every single day as I am leaving the house. Not this perfectly because I'm filming. I am doing it a little bit more with care and gentleness and love. But usually it will take me about less than 10 minutes to have my makeup done. And I've been really loving this mascara lately. This Lash Paradise. This is the waterproof formula, and it gives me such a beautiful lift. So I decided for my eyeshadow, I will be filming a short form content after I finish filming this. But so for my lips, I've been trying to use up these Dior lipsticks. I did, however, purchase new lip balms because I want to find a replacement for these Dior ones in the drugstore version. I know there are so many out there now, but I'm literally done with this one. This is in shade 333. I don't think they make this shade anymore. It's a perfect nude, and I'm just trying to scoop it out with a makeup brush and just use what's in here. And I am going to be using this up. This is such a beautiful ML BB shade. I love this color. It's super hydrating too. And I know that Dior lipsticks, they do refill. So if you keep the old, like the cover sleeves, you can just buy the replacement. And I might just buy the replacements. I don't know. I don't have any plans to be buying Dior makeup products as of this year or next year until I finish more makeup products in my current makeup collection. And yeah, so I'm just using up what I have. And then for my lip gloss, I've been trying to use up this Rare Beauty Nearly Neutral lip gloss. And this is the only lip gloss that I have from Rare Beauty. I was tempted to buy more, of course, but I'm not going to. So this is my everyday makeup look. And this is kind of like my comfortable color scheme, and most of the lipsticks and blushes that I do own in my current makeup collection are similar to this type of color scheme. This is what I feel like I look good in and I feel comfortable in it. So I honestly don't need to be buying more makeup. But anyways, I have all of these items that I'm trying to project pan. So I have this NARS Orgasm Infatuation Trio palette. I usually take this with me on my travels, and I travel a lot with my partner, and so this should be easy to use up this year. And then I've been also trying to use up this MAC Studio Fix compact powder. I love just putting this on with a concealer or like a foundation stick. This is the Hourglass one, and I really love this. I want to repurchase this for sure. I don't know if they do replacements as well. I think they do. I'm gonna try to look this up, but I love this foundation. Great coverage. It works almost like a concealer, not heavy feeling at all. It's just very, very natural. I love this Hourglass Vanish stick. I think that's what they call it. And then there are a couple of sprays, setting sprays, or that I'm trying to work with. The Fix Pluses from MAC. I have the coconut and the original in the tiniest size. I'm just wondering if I can keep this for future purposes, but I know that if I open this cap, it won't work the same anymore. But I'm gonna try it once I run out of this to see if I can keep this for my traveling purposes. You know, I know that I can keep this for traveling purposes. Maybe I'll just keep one. So this is the Urban Decay All-Nighter, and we all know the controversy behind this one. So Urban Decay broke ties with Scandinavia or something like that, and they're making their own setting sprays, and I have that to show you guys. I received this from Influenza. It is an app that I get a chance to try out free products, like random products. I've gotten this chair from Influenza, and like food, my cat treats and some cat's food, and it's just really random products, even perfumes and a whole mattress. Anyway, so I received this from Influenza. This all day wear makeup setting spray, a matte finish from Urban Decay, and I've used this one time and I like the feeling of this. I don't know if it mattifies my makeup per se, but I like how it felt on my skin, and I like the mist. So if you're loyal to Scandinavia, I wouldn't purchase setting sprays from Urban Decay anymore, but if you're not fixated on brands and such, I don't know, would you be willing to try this matte setting spray? Yeah, anyway, so I've only used this one time. I'm gonna keep trying this and let you guys know if this is worth it or not, because I've been a huge fan of the all-nighter spray for a really long time. So the last thing that I'm trying to use up is this MAC Matte primer thing, and I've gone through one bottle of this before. I don't think I'll buy this anymore. Honestly, I don't know if primers does anything. If I have the centella oil thing, I'm okay. So in the future, I don't want to have any sort of primers anymore unless it's like sunscreen or a face cream. I don't care for primers, to be quite honest. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this long-winded sort of video. I haven't done a sit down, get ready with me in a long time, and I have a lot to say about my progress of how I'm doing with this slow buy, and I'm telling you, I am a changed person this year. So yeah, there's so much positive things to say about this whole experiment rather than negative, and I am trying to get to a point in my life where I am just happy with a small amount of curated makeup collection. It doesn't have to be perfect, but a collection that makes sense to me in the long run. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy today's segment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.